My name is Oracle Laura. I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I'm a psychic and a medium. My mom was a medium, her mom was a medium, my dad is psychic, his mom is psychic, so I've got it on both sides of my family. But I also developed it at a very young age. So I can pick up on things by touch. I can dream about, so a missing person's had me dream about a missing girl. And they asked me, they said, can you dream about a person? And I'm like, well, they come to me in dreams, but do you mean, like, can I purposely dream about a particular person? I don't know, I've never tried. So again, another ability I had that I didn't know I had. They had me try it, and it worked. That night, I went to bed, I asked to dream about the girl that was missing, that they asked me to dream about, and then I reported back to her, and she says, well, you're right on 12 things. And I thought, is that good? And she goes, yeah, that's good. So 12 things that the girl showed me in the dream were accurate, and they were all about her life. I can look at a photograph and know where the person is. I can know if they're alive or dead. I can know if anyone has hurt them in any way. I can try to get information on who has hurt them. The case of Picton, those dreams came to me long before he was arrested. I had so many dreams about him that were all similar, so I knew it was the same killer. And I didn't understand at the time why there were so many dreams until I realized they were all different victims. So I worked with the police on that case. The one thing that really bothers me with wanting to be accurate so much, the one thing that really bothers me is when there's a piece that doesn't fit, that isn't solved or it hasn't happened yet. And the one thing that didn't make sense to me, the one thing that the police couldn't understand either, in my dream, I'm on the property, everything was exactly like it was at the farm. I knew exactly where which buildings were where, and the placement of the buildings and the placement of the road. But I didn't understand why at the end of the property there was this old train track, and above it was a sky train. That part of it really bothered me. Why was that not accurate? Why was there a train track? Why was there a sky train above it in my dream? Recently, last year, my boyfriend at the time and we decided to go to the farm. We decided to see if we can solve it. And after we're leaving the location, we don't find anything about train tracks or anything. We're still not understanding it. And then it hit me. The old Picton farm, they're developing it. They're putting restaurants there. And there's the new train station's going to go there. And it just... I was so happy. I guess it's like when you solve a mystery, or there's like a cold case that remains unsolved, and then you solve it, and it all comes together like a puzzle, and it all fits. It just feels good. It's like closure. It's completion. And it felt really good. I mean, obviously my family, my friends, my fans, everybody, my clients, they all know what I do, but in my private life, I'm thinking, this is my chance, this is my break, this is my way of not being who I am for a day. I can just pretend to be some single woman and want to go out and have fun and not tell them. So there are times where I decide, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to tell them. And it's sort of funny because every now and then they'll notice that I'm sensing things that are right, or that I'm guessing things too much, or that, I'll watch a movie with them, a movie I've never seen before, and I'll know the ending, and they'll be sort of annoyed that I knew everything and I guessed everything. And at those times I wonder, should I tell them why I know so much, or should I just leave it? So I just figure, I'll leave it. Every single person walking this earth has an ability to use their instinct, whether they call it a hunch or a sixth sense or intuition. Everyone uses it and doesn't realize it. They'll think about a friend and then all of a sudden they'll see that friend walking down the street and they're like, I was just thinking about you. Or they'll get a phone call and they'll say, I was just thinking about calling you. These things people pass off as coincidence all the time. People have this ability, just like they have the ability to taste, to hear, to touch, to see. We all use it, we just don't realize it. And some of us who realize it don't want it, it scares them, or they welcome it like I do and they develop it. I just chose to develop mine.